It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. And it comes your way next.
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hello, everybody. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, let's dive right in. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, just about everything, Kate, but these are two such evenly matched teams. You and I know there's going to be 2, 3, 4 plays in this game that will likely define the outcome. That is the beauty of the NFL each and every weekend. Each and every Thursday and Sunday and Monday night, they come down to a couple plays. Who will they be? What will they be? When will they be? Tune in and watch.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're off and running from Charlotte. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A pickup of 7, so they're looking at 9 yards to go now on third down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
To the air, third and long. St. Brown's got it, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common.
There he goes, right sideline. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Previous play is under review.
Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Second and 3 now. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. He's going to throw this one. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the 47. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Tight end going in motion here. Play action on first down. Has it at the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They're running again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers tie this game 7-7. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Tyler Scott now to return it. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Bears offense out there for their 2nd drive of the contest. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go play action on 1st. He gets this to Tyler Scott. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's a quick pass to the right side. Cup. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Tossing right to the short side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They only need 1 yard. Let's see if they choose to go for it on 4th. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even if this QB knew from the very get-go somebody be waiting for him, there's no chance he was going to salvage that play. I'd be surprised if he even got a second to look upfield before he was greeted with the big old open arms for an easy sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 1 yard on the play. They're left with a long 3rd and 12.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Able to hit Mason, complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Caught quick right side. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll send him up the middle. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. They only managed 1 on that carry. Now they're going to have 3rd and goal from the 5.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Quick slant complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. In his 11th year, still knocking him through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Reed now to kick this one away. This taken from the 12. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd down from the gun. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They'll send their tight end right. Simple dive up the middle. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers looking for a score before halftime. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. Dumped off to his running back. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Stays in the pocket. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be Bears football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. They'll throw it. He's going to loft one deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Valus Jones now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Panthers headed out on offense again just before halftime. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Pass play on 1st and 10. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's on the move. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Carolina in punt formation. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. 45 yards on the punt there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Lone back gets the handoff. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bears in front. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Return coming from the 14. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the second half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll try and throw it here. Throwing deep for the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Ooh, and this is a worm burner. He didn't hit this one well. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Carolina offense headed out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Completed over the middle. This is ahead for about 5. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They put a receiver in motion here left. From the 22 on 2nd down. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. They've got 1st down from the 31. The running back gets it on the draw. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. One of the tight ends in motion left. Back to the well again. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. New set of downs for him from the 46. They send a receiver in motion right. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun on third down. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
He'll throw it yet again. It is caught left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And this one doesn't go far.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Pass play now. That's cut beyond the marker. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it from the gun. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Now looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now, they're left with 4th and goal. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense. His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want, onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming here from the 12. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Option design here. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Reed now to kick this one away. This taken from the 12. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's a throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From midfield now. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Cut out left. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Setting up a throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Give now to the running back. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Bears nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They give it to him again. Room inside the 10. Has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears make it a 3-score game in the 4th. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll throw on 1st. Catch made over the middle. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. From the 39. He's got it over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, looking to throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. From midfield on 2nd down. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Completed over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing it again here. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Man, look at the big fellas working their tails off up front. That offensive line gave the QB ample time. Unfortunately, just no completion to be found down the field.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing from the gun here. He's got it to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So the Bears take this one on the road. Well, Brock, we knew they were confident in the lead-up, that they could contend despite the hostile crowd they were going to face today, and boy, did they ever. Once they got going, they showed out, they backed up that confidence, and they leave here with a victory.
Oh, it takes so much work, Kate, so much work, even beyond what people hear about through the week or see in the game itself, to overcome somebody defending their home field. You need to be playing at your highest level, and you need to BYOE, bring your own energy. Whenever you take it on the road and you win one, gosh, it feels so good. What a signature victory.